Welcome to Triangle BNI. Today's show is brought to you by Oak City Tech. We talk all the time in the digital world. There's a lot going on, so you need professionals like Drago and his team at Oak City Tech to help you navigate that world and get your message out to your current and future clients. If you go to oakcitytech.com, tell them what you're looking for. I know they'll be able to help you. Hi, everybody. My name is Mike Manning. Each week on Triangle BNI, we bring you a local small business success story. If you are not familiar with BNI, it is Business Networking International, the world's largest networking organization. And our little slice of heaven here in the Triangle is Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill, and all the surrounding towns. Each week, about 31 chapters and around 520 members get together, and our job is to help each other grow our businesses. And our local small business success story today is Kimberly Hess with USHealth Advisor. Kim is a member of a core group, Triangle North, based in Franklinton, the area, one of the areas around the Triangle that's exploding. And Kim and her band of professionals are getting there before everybody else does to meet people and grow businesses. And Kim, how are you doing today?
Doing great. How are you?
Doing
Excited to
good.
be here.
Good. Glad to have you. The Franklinton, Youngsville, Lewisburg, Franklinton County area, people
The
who aren't
Fly BNI.
the Fly BNI, the people who aren't following, you know, new houses being built and stuff growing. I mean, that area is just blowing up, isn't it?
It is. It is. We're having our meetings out there and attracting a lot of new businesses that are growing in the area. So it's really exciting.
And if you don't know where that is, it's right up US 1 North, go right past Wake Forest. It'll be a little quiet for a bit, and then poof, a lot of houses being built will show up. But Kim's group, Triangle North, meets Wednesdays at 11:30. Every other week, Kim, it's in person, and the other weeks it's Zoom for now, correct?
The first and third Wednesday, 11:30, we're in person.
All right.
And then every other time we're in Zoom.
And the name of the
And
restaurant where you guys meet in person?
we're at Mason and Main right now, but last week we had so many visitors that we think that maybe we're going to have it somewhere a little bit bigger. So
All
that's
right.
exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So anybody in that area, if you're looking to meet some sales professionals and business owners that can help you grow your business, you might want to check them out, because that area in about 9, 10, 12 months, Kim, it's going to be too late for people to go out there and go, ooh, that area is growing. I'm going to go grow my business, because you and your team and all the people joining your group, they're going to have a foothold in there. And so people need to get there now, because it's a lot of fun.
That's right. Yeah, it's growing fast. We had about 20 visitors last week,
Yeah.
which was exciting.
Yeah. I enjoy watching your group because, and for people who don't know what a core group is a small band of folks getting together. They want to form their own chapter and launch it and be an official BNI chapter. And usually in a core group, you have like two people doing all the work. And in Kim's group, there's 7 to date right now, and all 7 of them are moving. And I think that helps you guys a lot. They have a group me text chain, which is hysterical. There's,
We're all really new to BNI
yeah.
too, except for a couple of them. So for us, we're like a group of friends and we're bouncing ideas off each other, and we're really excited to grow.
And good personalities on the line too. That's what makes it interesting for me to keep reading and just chuckle a whole lot when you guys get
Little
talking about
weekend
stuff.
reading for you.
Exactly. I like it. So, all right. So US Health Advisors, and the more BNI has taught me a lot of things over the years I've been involved. And one of those is to shop local. Love that, because there's certain people in your life you should have their cell phone number for. And I include, health advisors and health insurance folks like you on that. I just don't think most people know the options on health insurance, because a lot of it, especially in my generation, it was, you work for this company, here's the insurance you get, that's it, no options, and you're welcome. That's it. But man, today with the options and things you have at your disposal, there's a lot of things people can improve on with their health insurance.
Yeah, I want to start by saying before I went into this business, I actually owned a spa
Mhm.
business, and I went on Marketplace and got, I won't name the company, but I had a health insurance through them. I was paying over $800 for me and my daughter. And I had a high deductible. COVID came and shut my doors down, and I was forced into this career, kind of. I was recruiting for this company. And the more I sat in the office and listened and learned to the other agents in there talk about private health insurance, um, I didn't know it was out there. I had no idea it was even an option. I had them run a quote for me, and I went from paying over $800 to less than $400 for me and my daughter. And I had better benefits, lower deductible, PPO coverage. And I went back and calculated all the money I had lost for the years because I had no idea that
Yeah.
this option was out there. That's why I'm so passionate about it now. I really want to tell small business owners and anybody that you can save money on your health insurance with private health insurance if you're relatively healthy person.
And with regard to small business owners, usually we're looking at our P&L. We focus way too much, I think, on revenue because we need to look at expenses and what can we cut. And I think there's certain lines, and one of those is the insurance world that I think a lot of us were just trained to accept whatever the number is. And all they have to do is call you and just ask. And they're probably going to find some benefits through you that they didn't think were out there, or nobody ever, or more importantly, nobody ever told them about.
Well, traditionally, you have to have a certain amount of people to get group coverage. Everybody has to, 75% of them have to participate in it. Everybody gets the same plan, same cookie cutter plan, same rates, and that's it. That's all that's offered. With our plans, they're customizable. They're going to be lower premiums, better benefits. It's just a better option for business owners.
For solopreneurs, whether they have one employee or none, it's still a good idea for them to call you, right?
That's my favorite people to work with because they don't think they have a group. They don't think they have group coverage. They need group coverage, and I can do one. And I mean, the most that I usually write are 5 and below, a group of 5 or below.
Yeah, I'm just amazed at what has changed out there. And so you mentioned earlier the marketplace, right? We hear a lot of this is open enrollment, but that does not pertain to you, correct?
No, so we can enroll all year long. We don't follow the ACA guidelines as far as for open enrollment. So open enrollment, you'll get your letter in the mail of how much, if you're on Marketplace, if you need a guaranteed issue plan, if you have pre-existing conditions, then yes, Marketplace is going to be the best option for you to take care of yourself. But the open enrollment is a small time for them, and you can only enroll during that period. So you get your letter saying your premium went up,
Yeah.
your premium has increased 29%. Please pick another plan, or this plan's not available. So I still can help people with that too. I can see all the options that are out there because sometimes people won't qualify for our plans, and we'll need to put them on a marketplace plan. And then I could look at those things too. But not everybody in the family has to be on that plan. So a lot of people also think that, oh, we all have to be on the same plan. No, you don't. If the husband has had a heart attack, then we'll put him on a guaranteed issue plan. And if the wife and the children are relatively healthy, they can go on our plans and you'll wind up saving money.
And also, if you are the spouse, the husband or the wife, and your spouse, it works for a company that offers insurance. Sometimes, from what I gather, talking with you and some other U.S. health advisors, is it may be cheaper for someone like me to call you to get off my wife's plan because it's way more expensive probably on her plan than if I called you guys.
So it all depends. So if you go to work for somebody like, I don't know, SAS or Cisco, where there's thousands of people, your premiums are going to be probably lower. But if you work for a company and they're offering benefits and they're not that big, sometimes the premiums for the spouse and the children are going to be a lot. I actually just helped a girlfriend of mine. She's a nurse, and her small place of work offers health coverage. So her husband and her daughter were, the husband and daughter were on it. It was about $600 for them or something. But I got them down to four. So I saved them a couple $100 for that, but they got better benefits.
Well, and that's the question that we don't ask. And when I've had, property and casualty agents on the show, and you hear these national commercials, nothing against anybody that advertises, hey, we'll save you 25% over 15 minutes, whatever their tagline is. A lot of times people go price shopping, but I don't know if they really ask for what am I really getting for this?
Yeah, it's we try to sell on our value. So we do we have our plans, but then we have supplemental benefits. So you don't have to come out of pocket. If you're sick, we have benefits that are going to cover your deductible while you're getting your treatments. You don't find that on the marketplace. You have to pay your premium and you have to meet your deductible in order to have health insurance.
In going back to your story with COVID, with your spa, and all of a sudden everything got closed down, I know there are people listening today that are between jobs or getting ready to change jobs. That affects your insurance. It could take a while for it to kick in. So if they're between jobs, what options do they have? What should they be doing right now to make sure they're still covered?
Calling a USHealth advisor. Definitely, because we can see everything. Our job isn't to just write our plans. Like, you need our plans. Our job is to look at your whole situation and put you into the best possible spot for yourself and your family. So with that, we are able to see our plans. And if you don't qualify for our plans, or then we can look at Marketplace and put you on Marketplace. And if you need a subsidy, we actually can help with look at those as well. For right now, people's situation changes all the time. So let's say you're not making enough right now, and you need that tax credit right now. You're between jobs. It happens. Then we can put you back on our plan when the situation changes, because we can enroll all year long.
I just think in a lot of areas today in our life, there's so many options out there that I think people are just hesitant to ask. They're like, well, that's what I'm paying. I have coverage. I don't know exactly what it is, but I have it. And I just wish people would call, whether it's your auto insurance, your home insurance, your health insurance, your, whatever, just call and say, hey, let's look at what I have. Can I get anything better? So I just wish
I'm
people would do
so
that.
surprised, and I deal with this all day long. People have no idea what their deductible is. I'll
Yeah.
say, okay, well, you're paying this. They know what they pay. Sometimes they don't even know what they pay. It just comes out of their paycheck. They don't know.
Yeah.
But they don't know what their deductible is. And then sometimes I'll write a plan for somebody, and they'll say, oh, well, I'm getting this for zero. I'm not paying anything. But they have a $17,000 deductible. So do you really have health insurance if you can't pay that? No.
Yeah. And you have 17,000 laying around to get in, Oh,
Yeah.
man. So talking about the spa that you own, first of all, I always have to practice the word esthetician. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you didn't use that a lot, did you?
Esthetician?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. It confuses people.
I think there's more people like me than use, like, wait, I think I know what that does, but I'd hate to have to
They
answer it on
say
Jeopardy.
most men think it's a anesthetician, the surgeon.
Oh, okay. So you had Be Beautiful Spa, right?
I did.
So what made you open that?
So after I had Kate, my daughter, Kaylee, I started doing spray tans for a couple of my friends did bodybuilding competitions, and I sprayed them for their shows. And then I just turned it into a mobile spa where I went to people's houses and set up my tent and sprayed people. That in turn turned into, I decided to add facials. One of my clients said, you know what, since you're coming, can you add facials? I said, sure. So I would bring my table. instead of lugging all that stuff all around, I decided just to open a studio. And I set up all my stuff there. I had a nice room. I added eyelash extensions. I loved it. I got to talk to women all day long and make them feel good.
Mhm.
So it was very lucrative, and it was I loved going to work. It wasn't like work. I would sit and chit chat with my girlfriends all day.
If it weren't for COVID, would you still be doing that today?
I do it on the side actually during holidays.
Oh,
I
I
do.
bet,
It's
yeah.
my little side hustle, and I love it. I don't think of it as work at all.
Mm,
Um, I probably would, but you know what? It was a blessing. It was the silver lining.
mm,
Um, I worked all the time. I worked 7 days a week. I was there sometimes at 5 o'clock in the morning to do people's lashes before they went to work.
dang.
My daughter would spend the day at my studio, and then I was there late night too after people worked. So I did all my own marketing. I did all my own billing. I did wore all the hats, you know,
Mm,
just like any other business owner does. Um, but I didn't realize that I was getting a little burnt out. I
mm.
lost myself a little bit. So going into this career, I'm still busy, but I'm able to spend time with my daughter. I make my own schedule, and I'm still able to help people. I'm a helper,
Mm.
so I'm still able to um, help better people's lives, which I love.
I know the first time you and I met a few months ago at one of the initial meetings about, getting into BNI, and every time you popped up on a call, you were in your car in a different part of the triangle. You truly do drive around a bunch.
I lived way past. I lived by Zebulon, so I was always that hour drive.
Mm,
You know, I'm like killing two birds with one stone.
yeah,
I was either listening to a podcast or on a Zoom call or something, which you said
yeah.
was very dangerous. So I
Yes, yeah,
stopped doing
yeah.
that.
Eyelashes at 5 in the morning?
Yeah, well, you know what? I actually still get up about that early now, so it helped.
But so they would
Yeah.
come to see you on their way to work.
Yeah, they would get up and
Wow.
be in pajamas and or whatever, just would come in with their coffee or just climb right back in my because I had a nice bed set up, and they would get under the covers. It was heated, and they'd either just go back to sleep, and I'd do the lashes for a couple hours, and then they'd head off to work.
Were
It's like a Jetsons. They just walk through and they'd be ready.
Now, how long does that process take?
A full set took 2 hours, and then a fill 45 minutes maybe.
2 hours for eyelashes?
Yeah, yeah.
How
You
long would
have to
that
lay there
last?
to it takes a long time. You have to do each lash, so it's very precise.
How long would
Yep.
that last?
They last indefinitely as long as you just keep getting fills. Yeah, you just have to keep going back and with your appointments, just like nails.
Okay.
Gotta high maintenance stuff.
I had no idea it took that long. All right, I like learning stuff. That's what I learned today. 2 hours.
Yeah.
What got you into that? Did you always dabble in things like that?
I guess I skincare. I always was fascinated of what you put into your body, how it
Mm,
comes out on your face. You know, I suffered with acne a little bit when I was younger, and I would read, you know, about inflammation and why this does this to your skin, and it just turned it. That was the path it took me on. It was skincare. I wanted to help people. I had a lot of clients that had acne, a lot of
mm,
teen clients,
yeah.
and you know, it's turned into nutrition and taking care of your body and
Mm.
taking care of your skin and just your well-being.
Let's assume eyelashes aren't the answer to the question. Were there any ways that Be Beautiful Spa could help guys look better?
You know, it's funny, and I won't name his name, but my first BNI meeting, one of my friends used to come to me and get facials, and he said, "You know what? You should come to my BNI meeting." And I did, and I got two clients from that, and one was a paycheck person, and then another person worked at a bank, another lady,
Okay.
and they helped me grow. They shared it with at Christmas time with their
Mm,
family.
yeah.
and they were lovely.
But you didn't do a facial for a guy, did you?
I did, yeah, I did. I had a few
All
a
right.
few guy clients that would come in, and they just did it as like a relaxing,
Okay.
because you get like a shoulder massage,
Yeah.
facial massage. You know, it was relaxed time.
Now talking about
Men want to feel pretty too.
um yeah, I think we don't I think most people are worried about looking older. And so we had this discussion yesterday. We were at a holiday party, and it was me and three women in a conversation, two wives and somebody engaged. And one of the women said that, well, guys is just, they look better as they get older, and we women. And then she went into the litany of 1,000 things of what's wrong with the way a woman looks, which is total crap. Let me tell you that right now. Total crap. Ladies look way better than they think they do, but I get they're not going to brag about it, right? Said, no, that's all right. Hang on a sec. Said, does your husband still like putting his arm around you or holding your hand? She's like, yeah, like that's what you need to know. If that's
Yeah.
still there, you're good. But we're dying laughing about, and she was right, because there are some very ugly men on TV, very ugly. And if a woman looked that bad, they would never make it on TV. So, A, it's a double standard and a poor double standard. But I get, I get those conversations. So, my wife, we're grandparents, and she's always looking. She's getting ready, go to work in the morning, and I'll pop into the bathroom and see if, make her a cup of coffee or whatever she wants for breakfast, help her get out the door. And there's always a comment, right, Kim? Woman looking in the mirror, there's always a comment.
Yeah. Well, I feel good being a woman, because if something's wrong, we can put makeup on. We could fix it, or we could put glasses on, or we
Yeah.
could do
Yeah.
something to kind of cover it up. You guys, I don't know.
Yeah. We don't care.
You're
Yeah.
on your own.
I know. I know. I will tell women this, and honestly, I'm very sincere in this. On Zoom, we guys have no idea if you have makeup on. So, because a lot of I'll be on women, "Oh, excuse me, I'm not gonna turn my camera on, I don't have makeup on." Well, now that you told me, I know you don't, but if you just turn your camera on, we're not that smart, and we're not looking for that. We're like, "Ooh, look, she's on." Now, I'm sure women may look at it differently, but I understand it's for you to feel good when you're on a screen or on a camera or something like that, but just to put that to bed, ladies, we guys, A, it doesn't matter, B, we couldn't tell. We'd have to
It's a
guess.
whole process for us. It makes us feel good.
Yes, and I've
We
been
feel
told,
better.
yeah, it has. I think the phrase was, "Hey, idiot, it's not for you." I'm like, "Okay, I get it now."
Right. For the red lipsticks for us.
Yeah, there you go. It looks good. Don't get me wrong, but we won't know if you don't have it on the base on and stuff like that. So, talking about taking care of yourself, you are a workout. Are you a workout nut or just a workout person?
You know what? I want to say the past couple months I've gone through a little bit of phases, because yes, I was a little obsessed before. I did it. I worked out in the morning. I worked out at night. Now I'm finding balance. I don't have to do gym stuff. I'll do a walk with my daughter and the dog, and that gets my cardio, the 45 minutes, fresh air,
Yeah.
just being able to relax myself, I guess, and do my exercise for the day makes me feel good. So yeah, a little bit.
Okay. All right. You said you used to do spray tans for some of your friends that were bodybuilders. Did you ever do that?
I didn't. Mm-mm. No, not yet. Maybe in the future.
I
Not
like
right
it.
now.
I like it. That's an intense world, isn't it?
It really is. You have to, it's nutrition,
Yeah.
you know? That's something I love food. It's hard for me. And you
Yeah.
know what? It's holiday time, so I'm definitely not doing one anytime soon until after the new year.
Yeah, I think people fall into one or two groups. Either they eat to live or they live to eat,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And
I get tempted. I
yeah,
like a good steak. I love my desserts.
yeah.
My daughter convinced me to get a little cheesecake yesterday. I
Ooh,
did great all weekend. And
yep,
then she said, Mom, let's go get, cheesecake. Well, she asked me,
yeah,
I have to have some.
yeah. Because I get up so early, I usually eat lunch about 10 o'clock. So I was making a salad before I came over here to do the show, and good and healthy cucumbers, tomatoes, right? Lettuce, not a lot of salad dressing on, feeling good. And then my wife went to Sam's last Friday, and she walked by the dessert portion of Sam's and had to get this like slices of, cinnamon and apple and frost stuff like that, just like 6 slices, 18 and yeah, I had to have one of those. So yeah, you try real hard, don't you, Kim? It's like, I'm going to be healthy and need to see that. And you're like, I may as well have it.
You gotta live though. You
I
gotta
know.
live.
I know. So I've got to learn the trade off. Okay. If I really want this, what what do I got to give up? And I think if you can find that, like I love sweet tea, but my body won't let me drink it every day. So if I drink it twice a week, sometimes 3, I'm usually okay, but I got to try to give up something else. It's kind of like budgeting, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like, okay, here's what I want to go to Europe on a vacation. It's going to cost this. What do I got to give up? Okay. Is it $8 at Starbucks every day? Which
Well,
would,
some people work out a lot because they like to eat a lot.
yes.
So
Yeah.
it's balance. Everything's all about balance.
I used to be able to do that, but bad backs will tell you, yeah, you probably shouldn't be doing that. But yeah, I'm with you on that. It was nice when I was younger and you could go out and run, 5 miles at night. And then the next day, you're good to go and eat and whatever. So I'm
Yeah.
with you on that. So, all right. You spoke of Kaylee. I believe you refer to her as your mini.
Yeah, she's my mini me. Yeah.
Well,
Well, her father says she's just like you. So
that's
I don't know if
good.
that's a good or bad thing coming from my ex, but
We like it. We'll agree that that's good to be like you. So, do you guys shop for the same things and same taste and everything?
so very exciting. We wear the same size shoe now. So we went to Target yesterday and she got a pair of, we're going to Pennsylvania for Thanksgiving, and it snowed up there. So here, I don't really have any boots here. I mean, maybe 1 or 2 pairs. So she just got a new pair of boots. So she got a black pair. And so I said, oh my God, I'll get a brown pair. And then we'll have like 2 pairs. It's great. So we can share shoes now, which is fantastic. Not the pants. She's way too skinny, long legs. She's got longer legs than me already. And I can't even get my ankle in her pants. So forget it.
I've been a husband long enough. I stay away from those lines. I used to bite on those to try to do no, like now I just let it go. So, do you two both share the same taste in the shoes?
We do. She loves sporty clothes. So
Okay.
she loves the Nikes and
Yeah.
just have the expensive Nikes and the Lululemon outfits, which is great. So I can't wait for her to get a little bit bigger so we can share that because that's expensive.
Or for her to get a job to start paying for some of it, right?
Right. Yeah. You have to be 18 to work at Lulu. We already looked into it.
Okay. Well, that's good planning.
We
Good
need the
good
discount at Christmas time.
Oh, yeah. Good financial planning down the road.
Yes.
All right, well,
Planning ahead.
help me out here then. My wife and I have 2 boys, and we got our first granddaughter, about a little over 3.5 months ago. What can I look forward to being part of watching a little girl grow up? Now, they live in Charlotte, so we see them on a semi-regular basis. She's only 3.5 months right now, so it's gonna be a little bit, but what can I look forward to?
So I just loved everything that Kaylee was getting into. She liked like trucks and stuff like that, I guess, growing up. Um, blocks, stuff like that. But it's fun to watch them discover new things too. She always liked the sand. She had to eat it. She loved the beach. So we always had to watch out for her. Because you go to Wilmington, I think, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to watch out for her eating the sand.
Well, we did that with dirt growing up. So I
Yeah.
think that's why my generation has a pretty good immune system because we ate dirt and mud and bugs. Who knows what was in the dirt? Yeah.
Yeah, there's no sanitizing.
No, hell, oh gosh.
Everyone's healthy.
No, the sanitizing was the garden hose. Go
Yeah.
rinse it off. Well, while I'm here, let me have a drink and, we're off and running. We have a great immune system. Yeah. from growing
That's
up that
it.
way. So,
Got to get the germs to build up the immune system.
yeah. Oh, we got them all right. That's right. Our hands were dirty all day, and we're just picking up food and eating it. Just we didn't think of a lot of things back then. Seat belts. Who needs a seatbelt, right?
Yeah.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
I have a younger sister. She's actually at the beach. She's in Wilmington. She
Okay.
works at a bank there, and she's married and has a daughter who's similar age to my daughter. So
Okay.
they're besties,
Good.
bestie cousins, which is great.
Yep.
And we see them often.
Were you a good big sister?
I want to say yes. Um,
I'll believe you. Say
it's
whatever you want. Just me and you talking here.
We
So
were just, it's funny you asked me that because my mom and I were just on the phone this morning. I actually talk to my mom every morning on
good.
the phone.
Good.
And we were laughing about this tape that my sister found. After my dad passed, we went through all his stuff and he had this tape of us. And there was always me yelling at her to draw something or write something. And she was not old enough to do it. She was always in tears. And I was constantly yelling at her, just, why can't you write it? And she's like, I'm 3. Like, I guess I was a bully.
What's the age difference?
2 years.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
I thought you were gonna
it's
say
only
like you
2
were
years.
10 at the time. Okay.
No, I was just bossy.
All right.
I guess I was just wanted to bully her.
Does she remember it that way?
Oh, yes. And she tells it even worse. I'm even
Oh, yeah.
worse.
Oh, can't wait to meet
I've
her one day.
accepted it. I know I was a little mean, but yeah, she makes it 10 times worse. She makes me feel bad about it today.
Yeah. My brother is, I think we were what, 12, about 16, 17 months, maybe 18 months apart. And he wanted to hang out with me and my friends. Like, dude, that's not happening. So I was always beating up on him to keep him in the house or just like get out of my way. And so my oldest son, after day 2 of him having a younger brother, I told him he was already a better big brother than I was to my little brother. So,
Oh,
all right. So
yeah.
if I go ahead, you're going to say
Oh,
something?
no,
Okay.
no.
All right. So you are engaged to
Yep.
Brett. All right. One of the questions I love asking people on the show is, how did you and Brett meet? And do you both tell the story the same way?
Oh gosh. We're so we have a story we tell people because it sounds cute, like we met at the gym, but we didn't. We actually met on Bumble.
Okay.
It was over COVID. And isn't I guess that's how people meet now. No.
Quite a few people.
But
Yeah.
people do internet dating. I never did, but I was home, so that's what I did. But we were both into the gym. He's a gym rat and he's in there all the time. He's a bodybuilder. So he actually does consistently go to the gym like every day and watch what he eats and all that stuff.
Well, he's not going to steal any of your pie then, right? Or cookies?
Oh, but he does. He does. He'll
Ah,
cheat.
yeah. When nobody's looking, he'll
Eats a little
grab
bit.
one. And when you
Just a
say,
little
"Hey,
bit.
where'd that cookie go?" He's like, I wasn't even in the room, right?
Yeah, he's not in, you know what? He's not really into sweets, which makes
Good.
me mad
Yeah.
because then he's not tempted.
And he's
That's my
certainly not
problem.
gonna buy anything on the way home for you, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like,
no,
come on, man.
nothing.
Yeah. Well, tell him to go buy some kale for him and sweets for you when he goes by the store.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a little his and her shelf, right?
Yes. He's into venison right now. So it's
Ooh.
hunting season and
Yeah.
he just made some venison stew the other day.
Oh,
So it
that's
was
good.
really good.
Yeah, that's good stuff. That's okay. That'll play. So then how long was it before you guys actually met in person?
We talked on the phone for, I don't know, maybe a month or so, and then decided, you know what, is this just going to be a text thing?
Mhm.
Like most things when it's just all texting, I guess. And we met in person. We went to Lafayette Village and
Mhm.
that was our first date and we ordered the same thing. Both had salmon and vegetables and we were like, oh,
Huh.
okay. We kind of eat the same and I guess that's important. important to me anyway.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So when
Yeah.
did you know that, this might have a little potential?
I think the first time I met him,
Okay.
I saw him and we just had good banter
Mhm.
and he made me laugh and it felt safe and I kind of knew.
So filling out your Bumble profile, what did you have to think about? Do
I
I
shouldn't
want
even have brought that. I should have made up a
No.
totally
No, no,
different
no, no, no,
story.
no, no, no. No, I'm not gonna hang you out to dry, but on some of those questions,
We
did you
can't edit that out.
Sure, sure.
No, I'm just kidding.
Could, not gonna, but we could, yeah. But on some of those questions, I know you have to sit for a minute and think, "All right, how much do I wanna put out there, and what do I wanna put out there?" Right?
Yeah. Um, I think for both of us, I'm a really upfront person, and so is he. So when we met, there was no lies, I guess.
Yep.
But sometimes other people lie
Oh, yeah,
on
I've
there.
heard of that,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Or
it's
yeah,
scary. It's a scary world out there.
or
I
you
don't want to do it ever again.
I couldn't imagine dating
I'm
right now.
done.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine. Yeah, or the people that are, like, 37 and they put the picture up of when they were 27. It's like, "No, no,
Yeah, yeah. That
because
I've been on a couple nightmare dates that has happened, and it was or a lot older, maybe.
Yeah,
Either older or younger or just not even the same picture. Like,
yeah.
is that even the same person?
Well, and that's the thing, you're gonna find out, so they may as well tell you right up front, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
I bet you were hopping mad.
I was just very shocked and disappointed, I
Yeah,
guess. It's just a waste of time.
yeah.
Don't waste people's time.
Now now,
Something
so
we don't get back. Don't waste our time.
I was listening to I think it was a podcast I was listening to. I'm all over the place with podcasts, and one of the ladies there, they were sharing dating advice, and one of the ladies said, "No, you do not the first date is not over a meal because you can't leave easily. So you meet for a cup of coffee because you can make it 12 minutes or you can make it 52 minutes, depending on how it's going, but don't do your first date over a meal." And I thought, that was my first date." So but that was years
Yeah.
ago, so but it does make sense.
Or at a bar,
Yeah.
because that was I remember somebody was doing shots and shots and shots, and I
Ooh,
said, "I'm gonna go to the bathroom," and I
yeah.
didn't come back.
No.
I just was like, "He's having fun without me. I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, you
He
saw
won't miss me. I'm
yeah,
good."
you got a nice glimpse into your future right there,
Yeah.
probably.
I gotta exit quickly, that one.
You saw now when I do my show, I tastefully stalk my guest on social media just to, find talking points and learn more about you. And I saw a post you had on Facebook about donating plasma.
Oh.
Now, could that be a revenue stream? Could it be a side hustle for me?
So, okay, during when COVID happened,
Mhm.
when my door shut on my spa, I actually, did not get any unemployment. They denied me unemployment. Um, I
Dang.
had a savings, thank God, but I didn't have any income. That's why I was forced
Yeah.
to do recruiting for this company, thank God. But yes, my friend was like, you should go donate plasma. They offer, a certain amount. And I started doing it just to have money to put food on the table, to pay, my electric bill. And I do that twice a week. Um, I'm doing it more consistently now. So twice a week you can donate, and um, I don't know, between $500 and $800 maybe a month. So that to
Really?
me is my car payment, and that to me is my daughter's horseback riding
Yeah.
lessons.
Now,
So yeah,
if I
it
remember
works.
right, they draw blood, pull the plasma out, and put the blood back in?
Yes, and it's
Okay.
for it helps people's immune system.
Yeah. Now, how long does that whole process take?
Um, Under an hour.
Wow. And
I drink a lot of water, so I'm out and
yeah,
out in 30 minutes
yeah.
usually.
Where can you go to do that?
So you can go, I go to Griffles, which is on New Bern Avenue.
Yeah.
And there's two other Griffles places, but I think that's the one that pays the most here in the area. There's other places.
Do you have a frequent donor plan where with every 10th you get a, 11th check free or something like that?
They do send you some bonuses here and there,
All
and then
right.
if whoever goes and mentions my name, I get a $50 bonus. So
Ah,
go donate.
all right. That's too funny
Yeah.
because I saw that.
Holiday time. I had a lot of people reach out to me actually yesterday when I posted that
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's holiday time. People want some extra money for gifts and stuff
Oh,
right
yeah.
now, and you're doing a good cause.
Yeah. And I've heard of people doing that before, but I hadn't heard about it in a while. Then I saw your post. It's like, okay, need to ask about that.
Yeah.
All right. So college. Now I know what SUNY is, so I knew that. I'd never heard. Is it Ulster?
SUNY Ulster. So when
All right.
I graduated high school, I started going to SUNY Ulster for graphic design and advertising. That was what I wanted to do. There's a lot of art involved, and I'm not very artistic, drawing wise. Maybe the graphic side, but I had to sit in a field and draw the apple orchards, and my grandmother had my picture in her living room. It was awful, but she loved it.
Yep.
Grandma's,
Grandparents will do that. It's like,
so
yep.
proud of it,
Yep.
but I was like, gosh, grandma, you got to take that down. So that wasn't my path.
Where is Ulster?
So Kingston, New York.
What part of the state?
Ulster County, so 2 hours north of the city.
Okay.
So I grew up in New Paltz, New York, which is 2 hours north of the city. Very similar looking to Asheville. It's beautiful.
Okay.
Mohonk Mountain House, Shawangunk Mountains.
All
It's
right.
gorgeous.
All right.
I haven't been up there in a few years, but I need to go back and visit.
And then there's a connection to Pennsylvania. So how do you end up down here in the Triangle?
Honestly, I just did this.
There are more people there because I have quite a few. I think you're episode number 189. So I've had quite a few people on here, and you would be surprised. I bet you 20% of the people on this show that have moved down here, the exact same thing. We're looking for a good place to live, and we just started pointing at a couple, and boom, we landed on Raleigh or Cary. Yeah.
Yeah, I was when I graduated high school, I was waiting tables at a local bar for
Mm.
3 years. I had saved some money up, but I wasn't doing it. I'm like, there's nothing here for me. I wanted to see more. And I just packed my cats and my shoes and moved here. I got a job at the warehouse, which is no longer there, but it's now the police station.
Okay.
But I met a lot of my good friends there through work and just that time when I was working there
Yeah. Very
and decided to
nice.
stay. It's a great area.
Now you're going back up to the snow for Thanksgiving. Is that your way to enjoy snow for like a long weekend?
Yeah, so Brett's from Pennsylvania,
Okay.
Somerset, which is like the next town over from the where the 9/11 crash was.
Yeah.
Actually, we
Okay.
had gone up and visited. Um, so they have snow up there, and that's why we went to Target and got our snow outfits just for the weekend. We're excited to go tubing. I haven't been, and Kaylee's never been tubing, so I'm excited. She's actually never been sledding really. Maybe once when we had it a few years ago.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, so
Several
you're
years
all
ago.
right. Now, I met my wife in Texas. When anybody mentions tubing, we think of going down the river, but I don't think that's what you're talking about this week, are you?
No, and it's funny you said that because when I said that, my mom said, "Isn't it a little cold for that?" I said, "No,
That's my
mom,
first thought.
no."
Tell your mom I had the same thought when you said
Yeah, she's like, "What?"
I'm thinking like scuba gear and wetsuits and everything. You're like, I still think that's going to be cold though. So,
Yeah, we did that in Nashville a couple months ago, but we're gonna snow tube when we go
nah.
up there.
Now, how was it? Have you met the future in-laws?
I have.
Okay,
Yep, I've met his mom and dad, lovely.
good.
Um, his mom's big into craft, so
Oh,
I think my daughter's gonna have a good visit
oh,
because
good. Okay.
yeah, she has a whole room of crafts that she makes cards and she has
Wow.
stamps and she's just very crafty. So
Wow.
Kaylee will have a good time.
Okay, good deal. All right, so a lot of people learned a lot of things today about health insurance. What's one or two things they should do once this show ends?
Do not go on the marketplace and put your private information in there.
Ooh, good
You will
advice.
get bombarded with telemarketer calls left and right for years and years to come. you should call a US Health, call me or call a US Health advisor that you know and say, hey, this is my situation. What is the best option for me? Because we'll be able to tell you what the best option is for you. We can see the big picture. We're not here to sell our products. We want you to be in the best possible situation.
And we've been putting your phone number up. How many states are you licensed in?
I'm licensed in 17 right now.
Okay.
But if somebody's in a state that I'm not in, I can get licensed in a day. Or I
Okay.
have somebody that can run
Yeah.
a quote for you immediately.
You know, I didn't even think about putting your information into the system. That's great advice today, because I think a lot of people do that. We don't think of the, oh, for 7 more years, I'm going to be getting mail from people that I have no idea who they are. So, all right, good stuff. But that's why we go to professionals like Kim. So if you just have any questions, folks, give her a call. Whether you buy anything from her or not, she's going to help you out. I believe me on that. So, Kim, we appreciate it. Have a safe trip to Pennsylvania. I'm sure
Thanks.
we'll be seeing some tubing photos on Facebook, and we'll check that out. Don't hurt yourself, okay?
I know. I can't. I'm gonna take it easy.
Yeah, don't do any. Hey, y'all, watch this. Don't.
No, I'm gonna let the kids go down and be crazy.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
take pictures at the bottom.
yeah. Let them find the stumps that you can't see from the snow first, and then you can just kind of glide down on.
Let them go down first.
Yeah, you've earned the right to not get hurt. Let them get hurt. They recover quicker.
I have good health insurance though, so that's good.
Yeah, you know somebody, right? So
Yeah, I know somebody.
yeah. Anyways, Kim, if you'll hang on through the closing credits, want to talk to you. I forgot to tell you that at the beginning of the show. And folks, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on Triangle BNI.
You are tuned to the Nissan Communications Network. If you tuned in too late, you can always watch each program in its entirety or download an MP3 audio file of it in the archives section at nissancommunications.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, and like us on Facebook. Sponsored by StreamingGear.com, Carolina Apparel, and DeltaForce.net.